English Daily, the podcast.
Your English journey starts now. Welcome back to English Daily Podcast. I'm Anna, and I'm so excited to be here with you today.
And I'm Jack. Happy to be your co-host once again. Anna, I've been looking forward to this episode for weeks now.
Oh, me too, Jack. Today we're diving into something really timely and important. We're talking about English for gift wrapping and eco-friendly celebrations.
That's right. With 2026 just around the corner, sustainability is on everyone's mind. People are thinking more carefully about the environmental impact of their holiday celebrations.
Absolutely. And what's really interesting is that this creates so many new vocabulary words and phrases in English. It's not just about learning language anymore. It's about connecting language to our values and our daily choices.
Exactly. So whether you're chatting with colleagues about sustainable office parties or planning your own eco-friendly celebrations at home, you'll have the vocabulary you need by the end of this episode.
And we have a really fun hook for you today. Fake or fur? Your Christmas tree's carbon footprint. We'll get into that debate later, I promise.
I'm Team Real Tree all the way, but I might change my mind after our research today. We'll see.
Well, let's not give away too much. Let's jump right in, shall we?
So Anna, let's start with something we all do during the holidays. Gift wrapping. What vocabulary should our listeners know when talking about eco-friendly wrapping options?
Great question, Jack. Let's start with some essential terms. First, there's sustainable wrapping. This refers to wrapping paper and materials that have minimal environmental impact.
Sustainable wrapping. Got it. What else?
And, well, you might hear people talk about biodegradable materials. These are materials that can naturally break down without harming the environment. Things like paper, cardboard, and even some fabrics.
Oh, I love that term. And what about the opposite? What should we avoid?
Well, non-recyclable is the term you want to watch out for. Some wrapping papers have glitter, metallic coatings, or plastic elements that can't be recycled.
Ah, so those shiny wrapping papers from the dollar store, those might be non-recyclable.
Exactly. Many of them are. That's why people are turning to alternatives like recycled paper, paper that's been manufactured from previously used materials.
Recycled paper. That's such a simple swap, isn't it? What about gift bags? Are those better?
Good question. Reusable gift bags are definitely gaining popularity. You might hear people say reusable or multi-use when describing these. Unlike wrapping paper that gets torn and thrown away, gift bags can be used year after year.
I love that idea. My family's been using the same gift bags for like 5 years now. It's become a tradition.
That's wonderful, Jack. And here's another term, zero-waste gift wrapping. This describes an approach where you aim to produce zero waste during the gift-giving process.
Zero waste. That sounds ambitious. How does that work in practice?
Well, it might mean using fabric wraps like Japanese furoshiki, which is a cloth wrapping technique, or using items you already have at home, old maps, newspapers, or even reusable containers.
Furoshiki. That's such a cool term. I've actually seen videos of people doing this. It looks so elegant.
It really does. And here's another term, conscious wrapping or mindful wrapping. This is about being intentional about the materials you choose and the message you're sending with your gift presentation.
You know, I've never thought about it that way. It's not just about the gift. The wrapping sends a message too.
Absolutely. When you choose eco-friendly wrapping, you're telling the recipient that you care about the planet. It's a value expression through your gift giving.
What about fabric wraps? Are there specific terms for those?
Yes, fabric gift wrap is the general term. Some people use reusable cloth wraps or fabric furoshiki bowls for smaller items. There's also bottle bag, those fabric bags designed specifically for wine or beverage bottles.
Oh, I should get some of those. What else should people know?
One more important term, compostable. This is different from biodegradable. Compostable materials break down into nutrient-rich compost under specific conditions. They're often considered even better than just biodegradable options.
Compostable. Got it. So we have sustainable wrapping, biodegradable, recycled paper, reusable, zero waste, conscious wrapping, fabric gift wrap, and compostable. That's quite a vocabulary list already.
And we're just getting started, Jack. Let's keep going.
Okay, so we've covered wrapping. Now let's talk about the gifts themselves. What vocabulary do we need for sustainable gifting?
Oh, this is one of my favorite topics. Let's start with green gift or eco-friendly gift. These are gifts that are environmentally responsible in their production, packaging, or use.
Green gift. Simple enough. What about gifts that are specifically designed to be sustainable?
You might hear sustainably sourced. This means the materials used to make the gift came from sustainable sources. For example, sustainably sourced wood or bamboo products.
What about gifts that help people live more sustainably, like those reusable water bottles or tote bags?
Great example. Those are often called eco-conscious gifts or conscious gifts. There's also green living gifts, gifts that promote an environmentally friendly lifestyle.
I love giving those kinds of gifts. What about second-hand or vintage items? Are those considered sustainable?
Absolutely. Pre-loved is a popular term for secondhand items. You might also hear vintage gift or thrifted gift. These are great because they give items a new life instead of buying new.
Pre-loved. That's such a positive way to frame second-hand items, isn't it?
It really is. And here's another important term, ethical gift or ethically made. This refers to gifts that were produced with fair labor practices and minimal environmental impact.
So ethical is about the production process, not just the product itself.
Exactly. Ethics and sustainability often go hand in hand, but they're slightly different. Ethics focuses on people and fair treatment, while sustainability focuses on environmental impact.
Got it. What about gifts that support environmental causes, like donations to organizations?
Oh, those are called charitable gifts or donation gifts. There's also impact gift, a gift that makes a positive impact on the world. Some companies even offer carbon offset as a gift option now.
Carbon offset as a gift. That's fascinating.
Yes, you can gift someone a donation to an organization that plants trees or invests in renewable energy to offset their carbon footprint. It's a really meaningful gift.
That's actually genius. What about homemade gifts? Are those considered sustainable?
Definitely. Homemade gift or handmade gift are common terms. There's also DIY gift, do it yourself. These are often more sustainable because you're not shipping products around the world.
I made some candles last year as gifts. Those would count, right?
Absolutely. Those are perfect examples of homemade gifts. And here's another term, experience gift instead of material gift. Giving someone an experience like a concert ticket or a cooking class often has less environmental impact than physical items.
You know, I've been trying to give more experience gifts lately. My sister loved the cooking class we did together last year.
Experiences create memories and often have smaller carbon footprints. It's a growing trend, especially among younger generations.
What about local or locally made gifts?
Locally sourced or locally made are the terms. These reduce transportation emissions and support local businesses. You might also hear shop local, a movement encouraging people to buy from local merchants.
So we have green gift, eco-friendly gift, sustainably sourced, eco-conscious, pre-loved, vintage, thrift, ethical, charitable, donation gift, impact gift, carbon offset, handmade, DIY, experience gift, locally sourced, and shop local. That's a whole vocabulary.
And these are all terms you'll hear in English language media and conversations about sustainable living. Great job keeping track.
Okay, Anna, this is the moment we've been waiting for. Let's talk about the real versus fake Christmas tree debate.
Oh, yes, the festive showdown. So, Jack, are you a real tree person or a fake tree person?
I'm definitely team real tree. There's nothing like that fresh pine smell in your living room. It just feels like Christmas.
I understand that sentiment, but let me introduce you to some important vocabulary first. Let's start with real Christmas tree. This is a naturally grown tree, usually a pine, fir, or spruce, that you can buy and display during the holidays.
Real tree. Got it. And fake tree would be...
Artificial Christmas tree or fake Christmas tree. These are typically made from plastic and are designed to be reused for many years.
So what's the environmental argument for each side?
Great question. Let's start with real trees. They're often called renewable because Christmas tree farms plant new trees to replace harvested ones. Trees absorb carbon dioxide as they grow, which is a benefit.
Oh, so real trees actually help with carbon absorption.
Yes, while they're growing. However, there's also the carbon footprint of transportation. And if trees end up in landfills, they can produce methane as they decompose.
Methane? I didn't think about that.
Many cities now have Christmas tree recycling programs where trees are chipped into mulch or composted, which is much better. You might hear tree recycling program or tree composting.
Tree recycling. That's important. What about artificial trees?
Artificial trees are typically made from PVC plastic and metal. The main argument is that if you use them for many years, typically 10 or more, their environmental impact can be lower than buying a real tree every year.
So it's about longevity?
Exactly. The key term is life cycle analysis, or life cycle assessment. This looks at the total environmental impact of a product from production to disposal.
Okay. What about the carbon footprint of each?
Well, carbon footprint refers to the total greenhouse gas emissions caused by something. Real trees have transportation emissions and disposal issues. Artificial trees have manufacturing emissions but can be reused.
So what's the verdict? Which is more eco-friendly?
It depends. If you use an artificial tree for more than about 10 years, it can be comparable or even better than real trees. But if you buy a real tree from a local farm and recycle it properly, that's also a good option.
Really? I thought artificial was always worse.
It's more complicated than people think. There's also the option of potted Christmas tree or living tree, a tree in a container that you can plant after the holidays.
Oh, I love that idea. That's definitely the most eco-friendly option.
It really is. Some people also rent Christmas trees now. Tree rental is becoming a thing. You get a live tree for the season, then return it to be planted again.
Tree rental. That's genius. What else should we know?
Another term is locally grown tree versus imported tree. Buying from a local tree farm reduces transportation emissions. You might hear farm-grown or field-grown.
So whether you choose real or artificial, there are ways to make a more eco-friendly choice.
Absolutely. It's about being informed and making thoughtful decisions. That's what sustainable living is all about.
Now let's talk about hosting eco-friendly celebrations. What vocabulary do our listeners need for sustainable party planning?
Oh, there's so much great vocabulary here. Let's start with sustainable party or eco-friendly celebration. These describe events designed to minimize environmental impact.
Sustainable party. What are some specific elements?
Well, there's sustainable catering, food service that uses locally sourced, seasonal ingredients and minimizes food waste. You might hear zero-waste catering.
What about disposable plates and utensils? Those must be a big issue.
Absolutely. People are moving away from disposable or single-use items. Instead, they're using reusable plates, cups, and cutlery. There's also compostable party supplies made from materials like bamboo or cornstarch.
Bamboo! I've seen those bamboo plates at parties before.
Yes, and here's an important term: plastic-free party. This is a goal many eco-conscious hosts aim for, avoiding all plastic items, including straws, cups, and decorations.
What about food waste? That's always a big problem at parties.
Great point. Food waste reduction is a key concept. Hosts might use food waste prevention strategies like accurate guest counting, composting scraps, or donating leftover food.
Can you really donate leftover food?
Yes, food donation or food sharing programs exist in many cities. Some apps connect people with extra food to local shelters and community organizations.
That's wonderful. What about decorations?
For decorations, you might hear sustainable decorations or eco-dec. People are choosing reusable or recyclable decor over single-use items. There's also natural decorations, things like pine cones, branches, and flowers.
I love using natural elements. What about energy usage at parties?
Good thinking. Energy conservation or energy efficiency are important terms. Some hosts choose LED lights instead of traditional bulbs or minimize heating and cooling usage.
LED light. That's such a simple switch. What else?
As an added tip, carbon neutral event is a term you'll hear more and more. This describes an event where the total carbon footprint is offset through investments in renewable energy or tree planting.
You can actually have a carbon-neutral party?
Yes, it's becoming more popular, especially for corporate events and weddings. There are companies that help calculate and offset event carbon footprints.
What about invitations and paper goods?
Digital invitation or e-invitation are great alternatives to paper invitations. If you do use paper, look for recycled paper or FSC certified paper. The FSC certification ensures the paper comes from responsibly managed forests.
FSC certified. That's a new term for me. What about party favors? Those often end up in the trash.
You're right. Party favors or party gifts are often wasteful. Instead, people are choosing edible favors like cookies or chocolates, or useful favors like small plants or seeds guests can grow.
Seeds. I gave seed packets as favors at my last dinner party. Everyone loved them.
That's such a thoughtful idea. It ties into experience gifting thinking too, giving something that creates ongoing joy.
Now, let's look ahead. What new vocabulary are we hearing in 2026 about sustainability and celebrations?
Oh, the vocabulary is evolving so quickly. Let's start with circular gifting. This is a new concept where gifts are part of a circular economy, emphasizing reuse and recycling.
Circular gifting. How is that different from regifting?
It's more formal and intentional than regifting. Circular gifting might involve organizing a gift swap, where everyone brings an item they no longer need and exchanges it. There's also gift library, a collection of items that community members can borrow instead of buying.
A gift library. That's such a cool concept.
Another term is experiential gifting, giving experiences rather than material goods. This has really taken off in recent years.
We touched on that earlier. What else is new?
Another is conscious consumerism, a big one, the practice of being aware of the environmental and social impact of your purchases. Related to this is ethical consumption.
What about terms related to the environmental movement itself?
Climate action is huge. You'll hear climate friendly and climate positive, going beyond carbon neutral to actually removing more carbon than you produce.
Climate positive. That's ambitious.
Yes, there's also net zero, achieving a balance between greenhouse gas emissions produced and emissions removed from the atmosphere.
What about new trends in sustainable packaging?
Oh, there's so much innovation here. Mushroom packaging is becoming more common, packaging made from mushroom roots that can be composted. There's also seaweed packaging and edible packaging.
Edible packaging. I saw a video about that recently.
Another term is packaging free or zero packaging shopping. Some stores now let you bring your own containers and fill them with products.
Unpackaged goods. That's a great trend. What about the social aspect of sustainability?
Sustainability community or eco-community refers to groups of people who share sustainable living values and support each other. You might hear eco-friends or green community.
What about terms for people who are really committed to sustainability?
Eco-warrior is a popular term for someone actively fighting for environmental causes. Sustainability advocate is more formal. You'll also hear green leader in business contexts.
What about terms for the younger generation's approach?
Climate generation, or Gen Climate, refers to young people who have grown up with climate change as a major concern. They're driving a lot of the vocabulary evolution.
That's fascinating. What about digital sustainability?
Great question. Digital carbon footprint is an emerging term. The environmental impact of our digital activities like streaming, data storage, and online shopping. Some people are choosing digital minimalism to reduce their impact.
I never thought about the carbon footprint of streaming.
Data centers use a lot of energy. It's an emerging area of concern. Another term is green hosting, choosing website and service providers that use renewable energy.
There's so much new vocabulary. What about terms for sustainable travel during the holidays?
Sustainable travel or eco-travel are general terms. Slow travel is about taking fewer, longer trips rather than many short ones. Staycation, staying home for vacation, has become increasingly popular for its low environmental impact.
Staycations are great. We've done those the past few years.
They're wonderful. And finally, greenwashing. This is when companies make misleading claims about their environmental practices. It's important to be aware of this term.
Greenwashing. That's a really important term to know. Thanks for covering all this, Anna.
My pleasure, Jack. This vocabulary is so relevant for 2026 and beyond.
Okay, everyone, let's take a moment to review all the key vocabulary we've covered today. I'll read each term, and Anna will give us a quick definition and example.
Sounds good. Let's do it.
First term, sustainable wrapping.
Sustainable wrapping refers to gift wrapping materials and methods that minimize environmental impact. Example, I use sustainable wrapping for all my Christmas gifts this year.
Biodegradable.
Biodegradable materials can naturally break down without harming the environment. Example, these decorative pieces are biodegradable, so I can compost them after the party.
Recycled paper.
Paper manufactured from previously used materials. Example, let's use recycled paper for the gift wrap. It's better for the planet.
Reusable.
Able to be used more than once. Example, I prefer reusable gift bags over wrapping paper.
Zero waste.
Producing no waste during a process or activity. Example, our zero waste gift wrapping challenge means using only materials we already have at home.
Compostable.
Capable of breaking down into nutrient-rich compost under specific conditions. Example, these plates are compostable, so we can add them to our garden compost.
Green gift.
A green gift is an environmentally responsible gift. Example, I gave my mom a green gift, a reusable water bottle and shopping bag set.
Sustainably sourced.
Materials obtained from sustainable sources that don't deplete natural resources. Example, the bamboo products we bought are sustainably sourced.
Pre-loved.
Second-hand or previously owned items. Example, she found the perfect pre-loved vintage dress for the holiday party.
Ethical gift.
A gift produced with fair labor practices and minimal environmental impact. Example, all the gifts in this store are ethical. They're made by fairly paid workers.
Carbon offset.
Compensation for carbon emissions by funding projects that reduce or remove greenhouse gases. Example, we bought a carbon offset for our flight home for the holidays.
Carbon footprint.
The total greenhouse gas emissions caused by something. Example, what's the carbon footprint of having a real Christmas tree versus an artificial one?
Life cycle analysis.
Assessment of the environmental impact of a product from production to disposal. Example, a life cycle analysis shows that reusable containers are better than single-use plastics.
Sustainable catering.
Food service using locally sourced, seasonal ingredients while minimizing waste. Example, the sustainable catering company uses only local organic produce.
Plastic-free.
Free from plastic materials. Example, we're planning a plastic-free party with only reusable and compostable items.
Digital invitation.
An electronic invitation sent via email or messaging apps instead of paper. Example, let's send digital invitations to reduce paper waste.
Circular gifting.
A gifting approach emphasizing reuse, swapping, and keeping items in use. Example, our family started doing circular gifting. We exchange presents we no longer need.
Experiential gifting.
Giving experiences rather than material objects. Example, experiential gifting has become so popular, people prefer concert tickets over things.
Climate action.
Efforts to address climate change and reduce environmental impact. Example, taking climate action means making conscious choices in our daily lives.
Greenwashing.
Misleading marketing claims about environmental practices. Example, watch out for greenwashing. Some products claim to be eco-friendly without real sustainability efforts. Now let's move on to some reflection questions. These are for you to think about and maybe discuss with friends or family. Jack, want to start?
Absolutely. Here's my first question. What does sustainable gift wrapping mean to you? Think about the last time you wrapped a gift. What materials did you use, and were they eco-friendly?
That's a great question to start with. It makes you really think about your own habits.
Question 2. Have you ever considered the carbon footprint of your Christmas tree? After today's discussion, do you think you'll make any changes to your tree choice or disposal method?
This is such an important question for families to discuss together.
Question 3. What is one sustainable gift you could give this year? It could be something you make, something secondhand, or something that promotes green living.
Think about the people on your gift list and what would be meaningful and sustainable for them.
Question 4. How can you reduce waste at your next celebration or party? Think about decorations, food, invitations, and party favors. What's one change you could make?
Even small changes can make a big difference when we all do them.
Question 5. What does it mean to be a conscious consumer? How do you decide whether a product is truly sustainable or just greenwashed?
This is such an important skill in today's marketplace.
Question 6. Have you ever participated in a gift swap or circular gifting event? If not, would you consider organizing one with friends or family?
It could be a fun new tradition.
Question 7. How do your holiday traditions align with your environmental values? Are there any traditions you'd like to change or modify?
It's okay if not everything is perfect. Every small step counts.
Question 8. What new sustainable practice would you like to adopt in 2026? Is there one vocabulary word or concept from today's episode that resonated with you?
Write it down and make it happen.
Question 9. How can you teach others about sustainable celebrations? Perhaps by sharing what you learned today?
That's a wonderful way to spread awareness.
And finally, question 10. What role does language play in our journey towards sustainability? How has learning these new vocabulary words changed how you think about celebrations and the environment?
That's a powerful question to end on. Language shapes how we see the world.
Wow, Anna, we covered so much today. I feel like I've learned a ton about eco-friendly celebrations and all the English vocabulary that goes with it.
Me too, Jack. And I hope our listeners feel the same way. We talked about sustainable gift wrapping, green gifting, the real versus fake Christmas tree debate, eco-friendly party planning, and all the new vocabulary emerging for 2026.
We covered over 20 key vocabulary terms today, from biodegradable to greenwashing, sustainable wrapping to circular gifting. These are words you'll see and hear in English language media all the time.
And don't forget those reflection questions. They're designed to help you apply what you've learned to your own life and celebrations.
Absolutely. Knowledge is power, and now you have the vocabulary to discuss sustainability with confidence in English.
That's right. Whether you're chatting with friends, reading English articles, or watching videos about eco-friendly living, you'll understand so much more now.
And remember, it doesn't have to be perfect. Every small step toward sustainability matters, and every new word you learn brings you closer to being part of the global conversation.
Well said, Jack. Before we go, I want to thank all of you for listening to English Daily Podcast. You're all part of our community, and we're so grateful you're here.
Yes, thank you. Please share this episode with friends who might be interested in learning English through topics they care about, and leave us a review if you enjoyed it.
Until next time, keep learning, keep growing, and keep making sustainable choices. This is Anna signing off.
And this is Jack. Take care, everyone. See you on the next episode of English Daily Podcast.
Bye for now. Your learning journey doesn't stop here. Keep improving your English. Click the next video or explore more episodes we've picked just for you. See you in the next lesson.